Well, let me let you in on the clue. Here's the numbers. 1% of the population think. 2% think they think. So that means 99% of the population are not thinking. I'm going to hope you're in the 1%, but maybe not. I'm going to hope that you can access the 1%. And the answer to that is yes. You just have to learn how to think. Now, wait a minute. So Sean, wait a minute. So I got to do something I've never done before. I got to think a way I've never thought before. But here's the kicker. Here's the one that this should make it real easy. This should make it real easy. Here's the one. If you could get to this third one, it'll make the one of the two decisions that you have available to you should make it real easy. Here, you ready for it? If I got to do something I've never done, think a way I've never thought, it'll make me feel a way I've never felt before. So if I got to feel a way I've never felt before, to think a way I've never thought before, to do things I've never done before, to have things I've never had before, do you realize that's a freaking perfect storm for disaster and for procrastination and for perfectionism and for delay and for wanting to buy one more book and wanting to buy one more training and wanting to go to one more event and wanting to join a different company and wanting to sponsor more people and never following up? Those four things will crush you, or you will crush it. So how's it work in the DIY method, the do-it-yourself method of success? You want something you've never done before. You've got to think a way you've never thought before, which causes you to feel a way you've never felt before, so you can do things you've never done before, to have things you've never had before. This isn't about learning a script, because I can give you the perfect script. I can give you the perfect language. Hell, I'd give you the three best questions you could ever ask anybody, period. End of story. Bar none, the three best questions you could ever ask anybody. Do I have your permission to help, permission to make you feel uncomfortable, permission to take you out of that uncomfortable feeling? If you ask somebody those three questions, you can have a conversation about anything, but you won't use it. Why? Because it makes you human. You won't use it because that's something different. That'll get me things I've never had before. But it makes me feel so uncomfortable. Can I really ask those questions? Let me ask you, do you really want your dreams? The challenge is that you may be great at a comp plan, but are you a compatible conversation? You may be great at dealing with a compensation plan and the 17 levels it lays out. Do you understand the 7 levels of opening up a human to their dreams? See, you know all the logic stuff. How's that working for you? You have all of this brain stuff up here, but the reason that it might be difficult for you to build a business is you're not sponsoring their body. When you understand how human nature works and how decision-making is made in the body, how many of you I follow my gut feeling? You're not making your decision in a brain. You're making a decision in the gut. How many of your people wind up in trauma because of the way you have a conversation with them? Do you make enough money? You keep them so far below the line of their life that they don't even want to talk to you anymore. It doesn't matter how much money they could make. Doesn't matter how well the product could make them. Doesn't matter how incredibly the science or the FDA studies or this, that, or the other. It just doesn't matter. When you get them below the line, if you get them below the line of their life and you stick them there, just like everybody else has in their conversations and in their presentations and in the way they grew up in life and the way people embarrassed them, good luck in your journey. It might just be better to go back to work. Because this is understanding human people. This is understanding human nature. Oh, it's easy to do. It's easy to understand human nature when you have people who have cracked the code, but your thinking won't let you. Your feeling won't let you. Your doing won't let you. So therefore, the things that you want can't come to you. I want to know when you want to change that. I dare you to live your dreams. I double dog dare you to live your dreams. I just got to ask you, are you ready? Because you going to do what you did yesterday might give you some incremental growth. It was the weekend. Most people take off the weekend. I love the weekends because that's when I can kick ass and I can lap people who are laying on the couch. I can lap people and I can triple my success capability by working on the weekends, doing what I love. There's a gentleman that's on the VIP call. He's driving right now. In the last 48 hours, 72 hours, he's probably driven 30 of those 72 hours to get to an event and get back home. How many of you would drive 18 hours one way to get to an event, spend all day, rest Get up, go to a mastermind the next day, and then at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, start an 18-hour drive home so we get back to work on Monday. How important are your dreams, ladies and gentlemen? How important is it for you to finally unlock your learning code? How important is it for you to finally unlock your ability to have curious conversations? How important is it for you to wake yourself up so that you know this week you are taking quantum leaps towards your success? Here's the challenge. Too many of you are okay with incremental growth, and that's okay. But you keep talking and saying you want quantum leaps, and you keep doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over, and you do a little tweak, and that makes you feel uncomfortable, and then you complain, and then you go back to your old story. Well, listen, that time is over. That time is done. And say, today is the day I decide I will have more. Today is the day I will learn how to do things in a certain way. And here's the thing. If you go back and you watch old stories and you use the same language as yesterday, you are back in pattern. I promise you, this is good. What this does to you at an internal level is when you finally awaken, you will do less and have so much more. Some of you are so busy, you can't even take time out to take time out. That's not a good success model. If you keep doing what you've done, if you have to do 10x of what you did last week, is that going to get you where you need to go? If you did 10 times the effort that you did last week, is that going to get you there? And if the answer is no, it's not because it's up here. It's because it's in your body. You have to activate certain parts of your learning capability and capacity. And here's the other thing. When you understand that, when you are in alignment with another person, when you are in alignment with a room, you activate the interior cingulate. And what that does is that sends off a vibration into the world that all of a sudden you start to pull the power from the other people and it changes the positivity. Well, that sounds a little wooey, Sean. Well, let me tell you a little story about the Hadron Collider. The Hadron Collider that's in Sweden where they crash and they're looking for the boson particle, which they found. They couldn't figure out why it would work sometimes and why it wouldn't work. It's millions of dollars to run each test, and sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't work. Well, they found out that when 51% or more of the people believed it would work, the interior cingulate activated, the damn exercise, the damn experiment worked. And if 51% believed it didn't work, it wouldn't work. So they changed the methodology of the people who are employed there. Let me ask you, are there some people in your business who don't believe your business works? Are there some people who are feeding into your energy that that's a stupid thing to do? Well, their interior cingulate is activating a universal code that's activating the code in you that says, I'm not good enough. It's happening at a subconscious and an unconscious level. You just think that getting stronger is going to fix it. It won't. It won't. It's like trying to stand in front of a dam that's burst and you're going to stop the water. I don't care how strong you are. The water has more power. I don't care how strong you are. Your doubts have more power. I don't care how strong you are. Your faith isn't strong enough. I don't care how strong you are. Your old story has more power. And when you finally come around to say, all right, I need to rewire my old story. I did a rewire with an amazing soul, Stacy, standing there at the dining room table in about 15 minutes. She said, I've never had that freedom. I physically feel this. And for those of you that are energetic and level, she's been doing energy work for years because we went back to an in-womb challenge. Before she even made it into the physical side, we went back totally to the energetic side. And we had a healing. I watched her body literally morph as we were having that conversation. When you decide that I'm no longer going to carry around that pain, I no longer need to have that pain limit me, hold my beliefs back. I want to do a rewire. I want to have a conversation. Let me ask you, what would it be worth? What would it be worth if that old story no longer controlled you? And listen, if you're still limping along on your goals for success, you have an old story that's holding you back. And until your ego lets you decide that you're going to be vulnerable enough to deal with that, you will struggle for like the other 98% of the population for the rest of your life. How long do you want the struggle? What would it be worth to say, I'm finally done with that? You got to ask yourself that question. If you want the answers to that, we should have a conversation. I'm very good at that. helping people unlock to have the freedom to finally say, I'm worthy of my income. To run around and going, I'm going to be a millionaire, I'm going to create a 6-figure monthly income. That is not doing you a damn bit of good, because the belief that's behind that, the interior cingulate, the hippocampus, the hypothalamus, the amygdala that gets fired up, you say the words and it doesn't even feel real, and you get stuck and you keep building that wall between you and your success, one statement, one sticky note at a time, one entry journal at a time, and you wonder why you need to make a change. And you think changing on the outside is going to do it. This change has to happen on the inside. And when you're ready for that, you'll reach out. Understand you have to activate certain parts of your capability and capacity. Literally activate and turn on the genes in your body that allow you to learn leadership. And when you do that, life gets a whole hell of a lot more fun. Reach out. Let's activate your leadership genes. Oh, there's a fee for that. There's a fee for that. Just this isn't hey, listen, okay, I heard you on the call. You gotta find out, what is it going to be worth to you? Because I can promise you, whatever it is I charge, if it seems big, if it seems astronomical, if it seems crazy, then your dreams are too small. If you're going to make a 6-figure a month income, that's what you keep telling everybody, then what is 1 month fee to do that? It is nowhere near that. I'm just saying you need to wake up, and you need to have a level of conscious awareness that every day you miss, if you want to make $1 million a year and you're going to be alive for the next 20 years, do you realize that if you this year, you just gave away $1 million, $101.2 million. If you want to make $10,000 a month, this is $100,000. This is $1 million decision that you're waiting on making. And if that activates and that gets your blood all boiling, going, oh, it's always about the money, then you've got to work on that too. That might be a reason why you are a little bit behind on your promises. Let's unlock that part of you. Let's unlock that leadership in a global capacity, so you can truly have more of what you want, less of what you don't. I am your head brain training misfit, live back at Rocky Creek Ranch. I will see you all where? At the next event. Till then, bye for now.